If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on. And on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
After years of dominating the conversation and brushing off opposition, Whoopi Goldberg finally met her match, and the clash was unforgettable. What started as a typical back and forth on The View exploded into a jaw-dropping showdown that no one saw coming. Karoline Leavitt stepped up and didn't just push back. She tore through the double standards with sharp, unapologetic precision. She didn't get personal. She got powerful. Calling out years of hypocrisy, she pointed straight at Whoopi's track record. And for once, the queen of comebacks had nothing to say. The silence said it all. The tables turned, and everyone watching felt it. Behind the scenes? Chaos? Sources say ABC is in crisis mode, holding emergency meetings as rumors of firings swirl. For the first time, Whoopi's seat at the table isn't guaranteed. So what did Karoline say that shook the room to its core, whatever it was? It wasn't just a TV moment. It was a reckoning.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first.
The clash ignited the moment Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar tried to school Karoline Leavitt on the so-called virtues of wokeness. What was supposed to be just another segment spiraled into a live on-air showdown. With her signature smugness, Whoopi led the charge, dripping with condescension, trying to paint Leavitt as clueless and out of touch. Joy jumped in, tossing out a sarcastic jab. Oh, so now we're judging women based on their looks? The audience laughed, but it was uneasy. Karoline didn't flinch. No raised voice. No theatrics. Just calm, pointed confidence. She hit back with facts, exposing the panel's double standards and selective outrage with surgical precision. The vibe shifted. The last died out. Suddenly, the hosts looked rattled, not Karoline. The narrative was slipping, and they knew it. What followed wasn't just awkward TV, it was raw, real, and ripped the curtain off the usual daytime spin. For once, The View got hit with a dose of unfiltered truth, and it shook the room.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
It was a statement so drenched in hypocrisy it practically echoed, especially coming from a panel known for relentlessly tearing down conservative women. But Karoline Leavitt wasn't letting it slide. Without missing a beat, she leaned in and dropped a question that cut through the noise like a blade. Whoopi, do you even hear yourself? Boom. The words hit like a thunderclap. The studio froze, no laughs, no comebacks, just silence. And in that silence, a seismic shift. Viewers at home lit up social media, calling it the most satisfying moment in The View's history. Clips of the exchange exploded online, people praising Karoline for finally saying what so many had been thinking for years. This wasn't just a clapback. It was a reckoning. And in that moment, the power dynamic on that set didn't just shift. It cracked wide open.
Do you want to take this?
So, you cannot be attractive and smart? I will try to give Joy the benefit of, oh, thank you. I try to give Joy the benefit of the doubt that she didn't see that briefing. Because if you saw that yesterday on numerous topics, no big binder, I think she might have had a different impression of this young woman who held her own.
I mean, you would have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she did absolutely no research or reading about anything dealing with Karoline Leavitt before she made that remark.
The tables had finally turned, and for once, the usual bullies weren't dishing it out. They were taking it. The smug dismissals, the eye rolls, the constant condescension that had become routine on The View were suddenly met with something they weren't ready for. Real pushback. Karoline Leavitt didn't just defend herself. She flipped the script. In a space where conservative voices are often brushed aside or steamrolled, she delivered a moment of clarity that stopped everyone cold. The panel, so used to having the upper hand, looked rattled, caught off guard by someone who wouldn't play by their rules. And just like that, the dynamic shifted. The ones who usually controlled the conversation, scrambling to recover, while Karoline, she stood her ground, calm, steady, and unapologetic, letting the silence say it all.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up.
I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
That was so good. So good.
The aftermath. Explosive. Behind the glossy smiles and bright lights, the view is in chaos. Insiders describe the atmosphere as tense, chaotic, teetering on the edge of full-blown crisis. Whispers in the halls say it plainly. This wasn't just a moment. This was the spark, and something behind the scenes has shifted for good. The silence that followed Karoline Leavitt's pointed comeback, it still lingers. You sit here preaching about women's empowerment, she said, locking eyes with Whoopi. But when a conservative woman succeeds, you say it's because of her looks. You could have heard a pin drop. Even Joy Behar, queen of interruptions, sat frozen, stunned into rare silence. But Karoline wasn't done. With calm, surgical precision, she kept going. Wokeness isn't about equality anymore. It's become a political weapon to silence anyone who disagrees. Then she dropped the hammer. And Whoopi, you prove that every single day on this show. The audience gasped, not in laughter, not in applause, but in pure disbelief. It was raw, unfiltered, and brutally real. Within minutes, social media exploded. Hashtags like #exposed and #Karoline's the View started trending nationwide. Millions replayed the moment, calling it the most unforgettable takedown in daytime television history. Whatever comes next, one thing is clear: the View will never be the same.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
Behind the scenes at ABC, full-blown panic. Executives scrambled into damage control mode the moment the cameras cut. But the storm was just beginning. Leaks started pouring in. Producers were furious with how Whoopi Goldberg handled the now infamous exchange. Sponsors, already uneasy. Longtime viewers, jumping ship. Then came the shocker. Whoopi was missing from the very next episode. ABC issued a soft, PR-polished statement. She's taking time to reflect. But no one bought it. The message was loud and clear. The network's golden anchor is officially on thin ice. And it only got worse from there. Ratings, tanking advertisers, pulling back. Inside ABC, the pressure's boiling over. Do they cling to the chaos or finally bring balance to the table? It's no longer about buzz. When backlash outweighs benefit, something's got to give. The show that once shaped the cultural conversation is now struggling to stay relevant. Credibility is crumbling. Viewers are tuning out. The cracks are showing, and they're deep. For a show that's weathered decades of controversy, this moment feels different, final, like the beginning of the end. So now the billion-dollar question: did Karoline Leavitt just land the knockout blow? Her takedown didn't just shake up a segment. It rattled the entire foundation. With Whoopi's mysterious disappearance, internal chaos, and viral backlash, this doesn't feel like another headline. This feels like a reckoning. So what do you think? Was this the View's most brutal moment ever? Did Whoopi finally cross a line she can't walk back from? Should ABC clean house? Or is it already too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this breakdown hit hard. And don't forget to subscribe for more sharp takes and no-holds-barred deep dives. Until next time, stay tuned.